WrestleMania 41 is coming to Las Vegas on April 19th and April 20th, 2025. Now, this date is going to be the whitest WWE has ever put on WrestleMania. The whitest before that was night two of WrestleMania 37, which was April 11th, 2021. And that mostly had to deal with obviously the COVID pandemic and restrictions and all of that. WWE reportedly wanted to move this event away from the men's Final Four, as that as now typically became the spot for it. The first weekend in April, WWE wants all eyeballs on WrestleMania as possible, which I do understand that. Me personally, I would have moved it back just 1 week, the week after the men's national championship game. I would have not done it on Easter Sunday because that is also right when the NBA playoffs are about to commence. That would be, the first, game ones there on that Saturday and Sunday. So you are dealing with a little bit of competition from that. But in the end, I read that, Vegas, obviously Easter weekend is not the greatest travel weekend for them. So they wanted to add another weekend there. And I think having it in Allegiant Stadium, where SummerSlam was 3 years ago, I loved that event. I love Las Vegas. I think it's one of the best cities in the world. I think it's a growing city. The fact that the Oakland A's who are going to turn, into the Sacramento A's for a little bit, essentially are going there. They already have the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Raiders. Sounds like an NBA expansion team could be going there after the NBA officially finishes up its media rights deal. So very excited for the city of Vegas that has obviously grown so much in the past 10 years. I think WWE, made the right decision here. I think Minneapolis, who's been obviously dying for a major wrestling event ever since they opened that US Bank Stadium, I think that they will get it. I think maybe WrestleMania 42, which is where we could see, the return of Brock Lesnar. Who knows? And Brock Lesnar has his last WWE match in his home state. But I think that Las Vegas is going to be a great show. I think it's a great city. There's going to be tons of room, and obviously, you're not going to have to deal with the issue with the cold that you dealt with this year in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I don't mind it. Again, I'm a little weary of the date. It's going to change up the calendar a little bit here on Brandon's World in terms of usually in March we do full interview month because WrestleMania is right there at the end of the month, right around the corner. We go straight from interviews into WrestleMania previews, and then we dive into the NBA playoffs. That's going to have to be all mushed together along with the draft the next week. So April is arguably going to become a bigger month here on Brandon's World going forward than March next year. And it may stretch out the WWE calendar in terms of, I think the Royal Rumble will still be the last Saturday in January. But for that February premium live event, maybe instead of right after the NBA All Star Weekend, you do it, the week after or the first week in March to sort of, not add that 8-9 week build towards WrestleMania like we see when we go from Survivor Series to the Royal Rumble, which I think that works. So there's only a few matches on the WrestleMania card or the Royal Rumble card, excuse me, and everybody's going to the Royal Rumble to try to win that main event spot at WrestleMania. I'm not sure if it works, going 8-9 weeks just from, the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania potentially. So that's where I'm at on WWE going to Vegas. I think that, Easter Sunday, it's something that WWE has never done before. I think it'll be very cool for families around the world who, spend time with their loved ones on Easter. Maybe they have a big WrestleMania/ Easter party. That could be the idea here. But I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm excited about it. Again, I think Minnesota could get WrestleMania 42. Sounds like Detroit in that Ford Field could get WrestleMania 43 as we go from WrestleMania 3 to WrestleMania 23 to WrestleMania 43. That'd be really cool to see that, every 20 years, Ford Field/Detroit gets WrestleMania, and we'll see where WrestleMania would obviously end up WrestleMania 63. But for WWE, man, this company is so on fire. It really doesn't matter where the location is. I got my tickets for WWE SummerSlam the other day. Very excited for that event taking place in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Like that clip from the Brand's World podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brandon's World podcast right here on YouTube.